I had a story yesterday I didn't get to that we are going to explore in our upcoming morning update that'll air tomorrow. It's from the Daily Caller, and it's from 3 days ago. House Intelligence Foreign Affairs Committee members comprised by rogue IT staff. And here's the thrust of this. 3 brothers who managed office information technology for members of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Do you realize this is the committee that meets behind closed doors? Nothing ever happens in public. No testimony, nothing happens in public at the Select Committee on Intelligence. 3 brothers who managed the office IT for members of that committee and other lawmakers were abruptly relieved of their duties on suspicion they had accessed congressional computers without permission. The brothers are named Abid, Imran, and Jamal. The last name is Awan. They were barred from computer networks at the House of Representatives last Thursday. 3 members of the Intelligence Committee, 5 members of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs were among the dozens of members who employed the suspects on a shared basis. The 2 committees deal with many of the nation's most sensitive issues and documents, including those related to the war on terrorism. Among those whose computer systems may have been compromised, Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz. Man, this woman, she needs to do something because whatever computer she's got, everybody's getting into it. The brothers are suspected of serious violations, including accessing members' computer networks without their knowledge and stealing equipment from Congress. Jamal Awan handled IT for Representative Joaquin Castro, Texas Democrat, serves on both the Intelligence and Foreign Affairs committees. As of February 2nd, his employment with our office has been terminated, said Joaquin Castro's spokeswoman. Imran Awan worked for Andre Carson, Indiana Democrat, Jackie Spire, California Democrat. Both are members of the Intelligence Committee. The 3 men are shared employees, meaning they're hired by multiple offices, which split their salaries. They use them as needed for IT service. A criminal investigation into 5 unnamed people began late last year related to serious, potentially illegal violations of House IT policies. Okay, the question's somewhat obvious here. Do I really need to ask the question? No, I don't. I don't need to ask the question. This question just is shouting itself. I mean, we've got hackers here. They're hacking Intelligence Committee data and computers, and who knows what they're doing with it. Anybody remember the raid in Yemen that took place last week that resulted in the death of a Navy SEAL, a member SEAL Team 6? Do you remember? We talked about it here on the program. Do you want one of the most noteworthy things about that raid was? They knew we were coming. We had literally no surprise. They were all in a house. Women, Islamic women, supposedly kept far and away, but were firing weapons at our assault team. They were dressed, the terrorists were dressed as women and children, but they knew we were coming. Now, the original explanation for this was, well, they heard our drones. These people in Yemen and hotspots in the Middle East, they have learned to recognize the sound of drones. And when they hear drones, they know the U.S. is coming or somebody that's the enemy. Well, how can that be? Who was responsible for flying the drones at an altitude that could be heard? Well, you know, Mr. Limbaugh, there's a hum associated with these drones. I mean, you become an expert at detecting them, you know they're coming. Well, it wasn't just the drones. They knew. They knew we were coming. They knew when, and they knew from where. Now, how does that happen? By the way, it's an Obama operation. This was planned long before Trump took office. It was not executed while Obama was in office because the commando director wanted a new moon. So there's no moonlight. And the nearest new moon to the target date was after Trump had been inaugurated. But it was an Obama-era plan. They're trying to blame Trump for this, but presidents do not come up with commando raid plans, strategies, operational details. They just give the go order. They say yes or no, but the commander comes up with the operational details, the plan, so to speak. They tried to blame this on Trump. That didn't work because it didn't make any sense. But the fact they knew we were coming. Now, there are people all over this government leaking, I guess, which is constant. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of Democrat, Clinton, Obama holdovers in the bureaucracy. These three guys, Abid, Imran, and Jamal, Awan, IT specialist to the House Intelligence Committee.